Good morning, dear students. Welcome to another session of elective accounting. In the last session, we have calculated example number 4. Today, we are going to move towards example number 5 of valuation of share. What is new from this example is up till now, the value of goodwill was given in the adjustments, right? The new value of the goodwill is valued at so and so rupees and something like that. All right, from this example onwards, the value of goodwill will be not directly given, right? Firstly, we need to calculate goodwill and then we can calculate the value of share. અત્યાર સુધીના બધા એક્ઝામ્પલ્સમાં ગર્લ્સ શું હતું કે ગુડવિલની નવી વેલ્યુ એડજસ્ટમેન્ટમાં આપેલી હતી, પણ હવે આ એક્ઝામ્પલથી મોસ્ટલી બધામાં શું થશે કે પહેલાં ગુડવિલની વેલ્યુ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવાની અને પછી વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ શેર. I have explained you from the very beginning of this chapter that if you are able to understand the previous chapter, that is valuation of goodwill, then and then only you are able to understand this chapter, right? So in short, from this example, we need to mix up the concepts of both the chapters, that is valuation of goodwill and valuation of share, right? પહેલાં જ વાત થઈ ગઈ હતી આપણે કે જો વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ ગુડવિલ નહીં આવડે તો વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ શેર્સ પણ નહીં આવડે, રાઈટ? તો અહીંયા અડધો એક્ઝામ્પલ પહેલાં વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ ગુડવિલની જેમ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવાનું છે અને પછીનો એક્ઝામ્પલ છે વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ શેરના કોન્સેપ્ટ્સ યાદ રાખીને કરવાનો છે, રાઈટ? તો હજી જો આ ચેપ્ટર્સમાં કાંઈ બી પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તો પહેલાં વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ ગુડવિલ પહેલાં વ્યવસ્થિત રીતે જોઈ લેજો, રાઈટ? એન્ડ દેન વી કેન મૂવ ટુવર્ડ્સ ધીસ. ઓલરાઈટ, the first lecture of both the chapters are equally important. જો તમને આઈડિયા ન આવે તો આપણે જે પીપીટીમાં આપણે જે સ્ટડી કર્યું હતું બંને ચેપ્ટર્સનું એ પાછી પીપીટીઝ જોઈ લેજો, રાઈટ? તો તમને પ્રોપરલી આઈડિયા આવી જ જશે. મેં તમને એમાં સ્ટેપ્સ બી લખાવેલા છે, રાઈટ? You also have the list of the formula in the same, so just write that out in your notebook if you have still not written. All right, so let us move towards the question first. I have already sent you the PDF file of the example. So from the same I am just reading it out. Preference shares are given 10 lakhs. Equity share capital of rupees 100 each, fully paid 50 lakhs. General reserve 4 lakhs. P&L account 2 lakhs. 15% debentures 5 lakhs, creditors 7 lakhs, bills payable 2 lakhs. Land and building 20,000, plant and machinery 20 lakhs and 30 lakhs, furniture 2 lakhs, stock 10 lakhs, debtors 8 lakhs, bills receivables 5 lakhs, cash and bank 4 lakhs, and preliminary expenses 1 lakh. Additional informations are also given. The market price of land and building is 25% high and that of the stock is 20% high, right? So we need to add the we need to increase the value of land and building and stock. Next, market price of plant and machinery is 28 lakhs. Company's average annual profit before tax is 32 lakhs. Expected rate of return on capital employed in this type of business is considered to be 15%. The value of goodwill of the company has been ascertained at 2 years purchase of super profit. See, અહીંયા તમને શું કીધું છે? Goodwill valuation 2 years of super profit na purchase thi. It means the value of goodwill is not directly given. We need to find out the valuation of goodwill first and then we can proceed with the valuation of shares, right? So you can write down here A first, valuation of goodwill. This is the first part of our example. When the value of goodwill is to be found out, then and then only the value of share can be calculated, right? So firstly, we need to follow the steps for valuing goodwill. So what was the first step for goodwill? Yes, capital employed. four main steps to be remembered for finding out capital employed. Number one, if the market price of fixed assets are given, then that should be taken, or else all the assets are taken at their book value. Second and most important point, non-trading investments are not going to be considered, right? Only trading investments are to be considered while calculating capital employed. Point number 3, fictitious assets are not going to be considered. And point number 4, preference shares are to be deducted at last, right? So by following these 4 rules, let us go ahead with capital employed. Formula of capital employed: total assets minus total liabilities. So in the total assets, first, land and building. So land and building, what will be the value of land and building? As it is given in the adjustment that it should be taken 25% high. So the book value of land and building was 20 lakhs plus 25% of the same. So we need to add 5 lakhs in the same. So that will be 25 lakhs, right? Capital employed land and building is 25 lakhs. Then plant and machinery. So market price of plant and machinery is directly given in the adjustment number 2. It is 28 lakhs. Then furniture, as it is. Always remember one thing, guys, follow the sequence of the assets which is given in the balance sheet, so that every assets can be included and there will be no any error. So land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, then stock. Stock is taken at 20% high. So the original value of stock is 10 lakhs plus 20%, 12 lakhs. See, don't get confused here. We generally take cost price or market price, whichever is lower will be taken, right? But here in this example, it is specifically given that now the value of stock is 20% high. So we have to consider that. Alright. So therefore 10 lakhs plus 20%, so 12 lakhs. Now after that, datas. As there is no adjustment in datas, the datas are taken as it is, 8 lakhs. Then cash, 4 lakhs. I forget bills receivables, writing after cash. And bills receivables at rupees 5 lakhs. Right? And as per our technique, or as per our rule, the preliminary expenses are not going to be considered. So by adding all these things, we get 25 lakhs plus 28 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs plus 4 lakhs plus 5 lakhs. We get the total 84 lakhs, right? You also can write down 84 lakhs here in the outer column. And now by deducting total liabilities from the same. So liabilities starting from 15% debentures. So the value is 5 lakhs. Then creditors, 7 lakhs. And bills payable, value is 2 lakhs. Okay. So now by deducting all these things, 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs and 9 lakhs, we get the amount 70 lakhs, right? And our last point, don't forget to deduct preference share capital from the same. So the preference share capital is 10 lakhs. So the final answer of our capital employed or net capital employed is 60 lakhs, right? This is the answer of our point number 1. Step number 1, capital employed. Step number 2 is expected rate of return. Expected profit, by using the rate of return, right? So our next step is expected profit. Formula is capital employed into expected rate of return. So my capital employed is 60 lakhs and expected rate of return, which is given in the example, is 15%, right? So my expected profit will be rupees 9 lakhs, right? So this is my second point. The first point was calculation of capital employed, total assets minus total liabilities, we get 70 lakhs minus preference capital, so capital employed is 60 lakhs. Second point, expected rate of return profit or expected profit, so that is 9 lakhs. Alright. Calculating point number 3, that is average profit or directly average adjusted profit, because average profit is already given in the example, right? Look at your adjustment number 3. The company's annual average profit before tax is 32 lakhs. So profit before tax is 32 lakhs, right? Profit before tax 32 lakhs. The tax rate is 50%. So firstly, directly we need to deduct tax 50%. So that is 16 lakhs. So 16 lakhs. See girls, as this is the first example of this method, the calculation tends to be little bit easier because there is no non-trading investment and there are no any further adjustments to be done in the average adjusted profit, right? So this is the simplest example of this chapter or this method. Fine. So no any further adjustments except tax and preference dividend, right? So profit before tax 32 lakhs minus tax, so this is called profit after tax. Then directly we can deduct preference dividend from the same. So the preference capital is 10 lakhs and dividend rate is 10%. So 1 lakh will be the preference dividend. So my average adjusted profit will be 15 lakhs. Okay. So this will be the answer of average adjusted profit. Point number 4, super profit. Formula average adjusted profit minus expected profit. Alright. So average adjusted profit is 15 lakhs and expected profit is 9 lakhs. So interpretation of this much profit the company has earned and this much profit the shareholders or the investors have expected. So additional profit, or that is 6 lakhs more than the expected one amount, 6 lakh. So which is more than the expected one, therefore it is called super profit. Fine. And the fifth point, last, value of goodwill or goodwill. which is given of how many years super profit purchase? 2 years purchase of its super profits. So super profit into 2. So my valuation of goodwill is 12 lakhs rupees. Okay, value of goodwill is 12 lakh rupees. If I just modify your example, and if I add adjustment number 6 in your example, that goodwill is valued at 12 lakhs, right? So we don't have to do all these things because goodwill value is directly given, but in this example it is not given. So firstly we have to find out the value of goodwill, right? So now we can calculate the value of share. So this will be the calculation for valuing goodwill. And now part B, we can start with valuation of shares. So in that, the first one, intrinsic value. So for intrinsic value, for finding out intrinsic value, what is the formula? Net asset divided by number of equity shares. So how can we find out net asset? That total assets minus total liabilities including the value of goodwill, right? We have included the value of goodwill in all the previous examples. So instead of writing down all these things again, we can have the shortcut here. See, as we have calculated capital employed in our valuation of, at the time of valuation of goodwill, see, we have considered all these things. Moreover, liabilities, and we also have deducted the preference share capital. So we are ready with the amount 60 lakhs. But this amount is without the new value of goodwill, right? So shortcut will be just add 12 lakhs rupees of goodwill into this 60 lakh and you get your net asset, right? I have given you this shortcut in our video session of this chapter, the beginning video session of this chapter. You can refer that as well, right? So directly what can we do? We can write down like this. Firstly, net asset, right? So how can we find out net asset? Capital employed 60 lakhs, or you can use the word net capital employed 60 lakhs, right? And just add the value of goodwill, that is 12 lakhs, right? So 72 lakhs is your net asset. See girls, how shortly we can find this, right? So instead of listing down the whole assets again, you can go with this method. So our net asset tends to be 72 lakhs. If in this example the non-trading investments are given, then that should also be added here. But as it is the first and simple example, no non-trading investments are given, right? So we have to exclude. So now we have the value of net asset. So now we can calculate intrinsic value. Formula: net assets divided by number of equity shares. So see, in the example it is directly given equity share capital of rupees 100 each, fully paid. So number of equity share would be, the equity share capital is 50 lakhs divided by 100 rupees face value. So number of shares can be 50,000 equity shares, right? So now net asset is that we have calculated right above, 72 lakhs divided by 50,000 shares. So my intrinsic value is rupees 144, right? So this is the answer of my intrinsic value, right? First we just calculated number of share and then directly net asset divided by number of equity share. Okay, so this is the calculation of intrinsic value. Now we can go with the calculation of yield value. So now moving further with the calculation yield value or market value. So firstly, for the yield value we need percentage of dividend, right? So for rate of dividend or percentage of dividend, formula divisible profit or average adjusted profit divided by equity share capital into 100. So we also have divisible profit ready with us. Which was it? Which is nothing but your average adjusted profit. In the absence of the non-trading investment and other adjustment, we can directly take this, because if there is a non-trading investment, then the interest of the same has to be added back in that to find out divisible profit, and certain adjustments would also be done that I'll just explain you further as and when it comes in the example, right? So we have their divisible profit. What we need to do? Profit before tax, તો પહેલા tax deduct કરવાનો અને preference dividend deduct કરીએ છીએ એટલે આપણને divisible profit મળી જાય. So there is no need to recalculate the divisible profit. Directly we can take the average adjusted profit as divisible profit, right? So divisible profit will be 15 lakhs. Equity share capital is 50 lakhs, right, into 100. Mind well girls, in all the examples it won't be equal. બધા એક્ઝામ્પલમાં આવું નહીં થાય કે એવરેજ એડજસ્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ જ ડિવિઝિબલ પ્રોફિટ છે, રાઈટ? પણ અહીંયા સિમ્પલ એક્ઝામ્પલ છે અને બીજા કોઈ બી એડજસ્ટમેન્ટ્સ નથી, તો તમારું એડજસ્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ અને ડિવિઝિબલ પ્રોફિટ એક જ થાય છે, કેમ કે બે જ વસ્તુ એમાંથી ડિડક્શન થાય છે, ટેક્સ અને પ્રેફરન્સ ડિવિડન્ડ. ઓકે, તો ગોખતા નહીં, બધા એક્ઝામ્પલમાં આવું નહીં થાય, રાઈટ? સો ધ પર્સન્ટેજ ઓફ ડિવિડન્ડ કમ્સ ટુ 30%. Okay, and now yield value will be rate of dividend or percentage of dividend divided by expected rate of return into paid up value per share. Okay, so rate of dividend is 30, expected rate is 15, and paid up value per share, equity share of rupees 100 each, so that is 100 rupees, right? So this 100 and this 100, both of them are different. This 100 is in the formula itself because we need to calculate percentage, and this 100 is paid up value per share. Paid up value per equity share is also 100 rupees. So don't forget, these two things are completely different. Okay, so now yield value we can calculate rupees 200. So this is my yield value. Okay, and what we have to find out? The third one is fair value. So fair value of equity share. So how can we get the fair value? Formula: intrinsic value plus yield value divided by 2. So intrinsic value was 144. Yield value was 200 divided by 2. So my fair value is 172 rupees. Okay. So અહીંયા સુધીના બધા answers જો correct હશે, then and then only you will get full marks, right? So let us understand in the reverse method. For example, this answer is correct. It is correct, no need to give the example, right? So if as it is correct, why this is correct? Because intrinsic value and yield value, both of them are correct, right? Why the yield value is correct? Because this calculation is correct. That we have found out, that is correct. 100 is also correct, 15 is already given in the example, and 30, that is rate of dividend, that we have found out. So if this will be correct, then and then only the yield value will be correct, right? Why this is correct? Because this calculation is proper. Okay, so why this is proper? 50 lakhs which is given in the example, 100 is of formula, and divisible profit is correct. Divisible profit is correct, then and then only percentage of dividend is correct, and then only the yield value is correct, right? Again, why this is correct? Because this and this, both of them are correct. So why this is correct, that we have discussed. So now why this 144 is correct? Because this calculation is proper. So how this calculation is proper? 50,000 shares we can easily find out from the example. So it means this 72 lakhs rupees amount are correct. So why this is correct? Because all these things are proper. Why all these things are proper? Because we have calculated all these after taking into consideration all the important rules, right? In short, કહેવાનો મતલબ એવો છે કે જો બિગિનિંગમાં એક વસ્તુની પણ મિસ્ટેક કરશો, એક આઇટમ પણ લેવાની ભૂલાઈ જશે, or even just a calculation error will be there, your whole example will be incorrect. You will not get full marks. Alright, so starting from the very beginning of the example, you need to take care too much about the same. Alright, so this is the solution of your example. So finally we get the answer 172. So I am just showing you the whole example. I am just changing the focus of the camera so that if you wish you can take the screenshot, and I am also just explaining it once again. See, this is the first page, valuation of goodwill, right? We have calculated capital employed. The answer of capital employed is 60 lakhs, okay, by considering the market value of the assets given, right? Then we have deducted total liabilities. We also have deducted preferential capital from the same, and we get the capital employed. Remember once again girls, in this example the value of goodwill is not given, the market value of goodwill is not given. So firstly we need to calculate that, and then only we can proceed further with the valuation of share. Up till now the value of goodwill was directly given in the example, but in this example it is not given, so we need to calculate. અત્યાર સુધી બધા એક્ઝામ્પલમાં ગુડવિલની વેલ્યુ ડિરેક્ટલી આપેલી હતી, આ એક્ઝામ્પલમાં ગુડવિલની વેલ્યુ નથી આપેલી. તો સૌથી પહેલાં ગુડવિલના વેલ્યુએશનના સ્ટેપ્સ ફોલો કરી અને પહેલાં ગુડવિલની વેલ્યુ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવાની છે, અને પછી તમે વેલ્યુ ઓફ શેર ગોતી શકશો. ફાઇન. સો ફર્સ્ટલી એ પોર્શન છે વેલ્યુએશન ઓફ ગુડવિલ. તો ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટેપ કેપિટલ એમ્પ્લોયડ, સેકન્ડ સ્ટેપ એક્સપેક્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ વિચ ઇઝ 9 lakhs. third step average adjusted profit. તો પ્રોફિટ બિફોર ટેક્સ આપેલો છે, પહેલાં ટેક્સ ડિડક્ટ કર્યો. આ સ્ટેજ પર તમારે ચેક કરવાનું છે નોન ટ્રેડિંગ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ છે કે નહીં, પણ એવું કંઈ જ આપેલું નથી. તો ડિરેક્ટલી યુ કેન ગો વિથ પ્રેફરન્સ ડિવિડન્ડ એન્ડ વી ગેટ ધી એવરેજ એડજસ્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ 15 lakhs. પછી સુપર પ્રોફિટ, એવરેજ એડજસ્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ માઇનસ એક્સપેક્ટેડ પ્રોફિટ. સો સુપર પ્રોફિટ ઇઝ 6 lakh. Then value of goodwill, super profit into number of years of purchase. So here the goodwill is valued at 2 years purchase of its super profit. So the value of goodwill is 12 lakhs, right? So this is the first part of this example. Then we have moved towards the B portion, value of share. We need to calculate all the three value of all as per all the three methods: intrinsic value, yield value and fair value. So first intrinsic value. The formula of intrinsic value is net asset divided by number of share, right? So for net asset we have calculated this in a shortcut manner because we have the net asset, net capital employed along with us as per the last step. So we just added goodwill to the same and we get our net asset. I have already given this shortcut format in our first session of this chapter. Then intrinsic value, net asset divided by number of equity share. So intrinsic value comes down to 144. The next step, yield value method. So yield value is percentage of dividend upon expected rate of return. So for percentage of dividend we want divisible profit. In this example, average adjusted profit and divisible profit both are equal. So we directly have taken 15 lakhs as a divisible profit, right? And equity share capital which is given in the example. So the rate of dividend is 30%. Yield value, rate of dividend upon expected rate of return into paid up value per share. So the rate of dividend is 30%. 15% is given in the example and paid up value per share is 100. So the yield value will be 200, right? So this is the second value of share. And the third value, fair value of equity share, that we will get by adding intrinsic value and yield value, both of them together, and we get the amount rupees 172, right? So this is the new method of example. You need to understand this very well. If you still don't get this, just refer the first video session of this chapter and then re-watch this video. You will definitely get these things. If you have still not get, just contact me or message me. I'll just send you the reply. All right, so keep writing all these things in your notebook, girls. I want all the examples to be written in your notebook up till now, right? So don't forget to write and keep learning and keep watching all the videos again and again. All right, girls, so in the next lecture we'll solve another example like this. Till then, thank you all so much and have a good day ahead.